I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
Dude, are you okay?
I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this, and I will take that ride home.
Ever hear the one about the frog? Put a frog in a pot of boiling water and it'll jump right out. But put a frog in a pot of cool water and slowly heat it up, and that frog will boil. It's a lie. But as a metaphor for us and all that we go through as veterans,
real-world experience.
it's a story that rings true. We make excuses for how we feel. We push everything down. We tell ourselves the lie that it's easier to stay in that boiling water, to disconnect. And some days, maybe, it is. But you've never been interested in easy. Reaching out is hard. Do it anyway. You're not alone. You've got this. You are not a frog.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
I'm Ryan Newman, and since I started with Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives, I found out that some people think that they can't be an organ donor. The truth is, anyone can sign up to be an organ donor.
Anyone?
Anyone?
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Anyone can sign up to be an organ donor. So don't count yourself out because somebody's counting on you. Go to driventosavelives.org and sign up today.
But my heart's going to you, Ryan.
Love that shirt.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another night of iRacing action here on the National Racing Network. Tonight, it is the ESRA Challenge Series taking on the streets of Detroit. My name is Chris Graham. It is a pleasure to have you hanging out with us as we look forward to a full night of racing here. Not only the ESRA Challenge Series, but also the Indy Pro 2000 Championship will be coming up tonight. That one will be at 10:15 in the East. Qualifying just rolling out on to the racetrack here. And let's take a look. And one of the things these drivers have been talking about all night is surviving this place. The streets of Detroit are exceedingly bumpy. This place is very, very difficult to keep the tires underneath the race car. So we'll see who's going to be able to make their machines last all the way to the end of this thing. And we'll pull up the timing tower here on the left-hand side of the screen for you so you can see where your favorite is running tonight. Currently out on the racetrack right now, everybody with the exception of Joseph Morales, Kobe Moore, Gary Corley, AJ Digby, and Brandon Ishkanyan. Looking like, get the numbers up here, 17 cars on the entry list for tonight's race. Should be a pretty good show, but you can see here Vic Aldrich just absolutely crawling his way around here on lap number 1. So critically important to get the warmth, get the heat into those Firestone Firehawk tires. And even then, it still is going to be a challenge for these drivers to make any sort of real big push in terms of time. As Aldrich comes around, he will trip the lines and get himself ready to go here on hot lap number 1. Take a look. We'll pull up. Grab Christian Jasper here as well as he is out on the racetrack. That'll be Christian on the right-hand side of your screen. Vic Aldrich still on the left-hand side. We'll see who's going to not just get the first lap in, but get a lap in, period. Streets of Belle Isle are not necessarily the friendliest of places to try to get a lap in. Walls on all sides of you, so many ways to make just the tiniest mistake touch the wall. That will invalidate the qualifying lap. And getting the throttle down too soon is a pretty big consideration here as well. Alec Coates going to be the first one over the line, 1 minute 17.415 seconds. He will be followed rapidly by Sebastian Kinder as we see Christian Jasper going around. Exactly what we talked about. Pick up Sebastian here on the right-hand side of your screen as we continue to follow. Let's see. We'll pick up Alec Coates, your quick timer here. New quick time, top of the board. J.W. Miller, 1 minute 16.974 seconds. Christian Jasper really hitting in a pretty bad spot as well. He will be a fun one to watch charge through the field. Christian sent us over several bits of hot lap session so we could get these fantastic cameras built up for you tonight. And he looked pretty sporty in what we saw out there. Next driver to cross the line will be Brandon Ishkanyan. Lap number 1 for Brandon is fifth quick. Not a bad lap there. 1 minute 21.574 seconds. Next across the line will be TJ McMurray in the 48. However, it looks like TJ, lap number 1 does not score for TJ McMurray. He's going to be working lap number 2. Christian Jasper coming around to finish his second lap. Let's pick up Jasper here and see what he's going to be able to do is trying to get his second lap to score in the book. Sebastian Kinder goes a little bit quicker. And how about, 6 thousandths of a second separating J.W. Miller and Sebastian Kinder? That's impressive. Christian Jasper going to move himself up to the 4th position on the grid. We'll take a look here at Brandon Ishkanyan on the right-hand side of the screen. Good second lap for Christian Jasper. That was a heater. 1 minute 17.581 seconds. Nick DeGroot, 10th quick. Little bit surprising to see Nick that far back in the pack. Pick up A.J. Digby on the right-hand side of your screen in the number 14. Following along with Nick DeGroot, his first lap, 5th quick, 1 minute 18.834. Excuse me, that was his second lap, so he did improve pretty handily there. Now we'll pick up Covey Moore on the left-hand side of your screen. He has already completed 1 lap, and it did not score. So a couple of drivers here on the screen right now trying to get something in the way of a lap time set. Factory back, number 87, for Moore on the left-hand side of your screen. A.J. Digby, one of the guys we see regularly on Monday nights as part of the Sim Racers Club broadcast here on the National Racing Network. Versatile driver there. Lap will be a no-go for Covey Moore. That one will be unfortunate. Let's pick up Ty Richter as he makes his way around the racetrack now. Down to 3 minutes, 45 seconds remaining in the qualification session. Richter in that bright gold DW12, named in honor of the late Dan Weldon, did the vast majority of the testing work on this chassis throughout the 2011 season. These are the DW12s. You'll be able to notice the difference by the larger wheel guards in front, the Kardashians hanging off the rear end, those rear wheel covers. Also, the front and rear wings are a little bit different design, but the tub is basically identical to what the drivers are running right now in the NTT IndyCar Series. A.J. Digby, great lap. 1 minute 17.303. That's going to move him up to 3rd. Let's take a look here. We'll pick up A.J., see if we can get a little bit of in-car action here before he decides to come into the pits. And here comes A.J. Digby down the pit lane, so looks like that will be it for the qualification session. Gary Corley, Joseph Morales electing to not take a lap at this point. Down to 2 minutes, 10 seconds in the qualifying session. They may not even be able to get a lap in the books. Even if they were to head out of the pits now, would be pretty close anyway. Lap times in the 1 minute 16 to 1 minute 34 second range. Big surprise here. Matt Wagner going to be 12th quick on the board at a 1 minute 34.471. And the name of the game right now, it truly sounds like is survival. Let's see if we can't pick up a quick word here with J.W. Miller. And J.W., congratulations. Looks like you will be our pole sitter here for tonight's ESRA Challenge Series race at Detroit. It's a heck of a lap, but I would think at the same time a whole lot of thoughts of survival going through your head.
Oh yeah, definitely. And fuel is in question as well, so we'll have to see how we do here.
Yeah, seeing 16, 17 lap stints. What are the thoughts here on how you play out the strategy? Do you try to plan something out in your head here before we get going, or do you kind of just have to let things flow?
Well, we feel pretty comfortable here. As you know, I think it was either last season or the season before in ESRA that we won here. So, yeah, I feel confident at this track, and starting from the front is not a bad thing either.
All right, buddy. Sounds good. Well, good luck tonight here, and looking forward to talking to you hopefully towards the end of the night here as well.
All righty, have a good one.
Thanks, bud. You too. There's J.W. Miller. He will be your pole sitter tonight. Let's pull up Sebastian Kinder. He is always good for a fantastic interview. And Seb, down to the last 20 seconds or so here in qualifying. Oh, so close to grabbing the pole away here from J.W., but man alive, the lap was good. What are your thoughts as we head into the race?
I think I messed up the final section. Just like I didn't hug the wall at the end, so maybe that's why I lost like those 7,000 of a second. But hey, this is a marathon, not a sprint, and I'm already drenched in sweat. It's going to be surviving. It's not going to be fun, but you know what? I appreciate being there at the front.
Yeah, that's one of those that it's going to be interesting to follow along here. What are your thoughts on the pit strategies as we get rolling into tonight? 17-ish laps going to be the strategy call. Do you plan something out? Do you kind of just let things roll? What do you think you do here?
Strategy? What strategy?
That's a boy. Love to hear it that way. All right, Seb, thank you very much for checking in with us here. And man alive, this one's going to be fun. That is for sure. Field getting gridded up on the front stretch. Let's show you tonight's starting lineup. Starting on the pole for this one from the United States with a lap time of 1 minute 16.974 seconds. It is J.W. Miller. 6/1000ths of a second back, our French compadre Sebastian Kinder. Compatriot? Compadre? Whatever. He's going to line up on the outside of row number 1. A.J. Digby and Alec Coates will make up row number 2 here tonight. Christian Jasper, Nick DeGroot on row 3. Vic Aldrich and Brandon Ishkanyan on row number 4. Row 5 will have Cullen Johnston on the outside, Jason Hand on the inside. They will line up 9th and 10th on the grid here this evening. Back to row number 6, James Watson and Matt Wagner. And you can tell some of these drivers having big-time issues in qualifications. Very surprising to see Watson 11 seconds back and Wagner 12 seconds back here of your pole time. Rest of the field did not get a lap completed. Covey Moore out of the Great White North and Gary Corley out of the Great White South, Texas. They will line up on row number 7. Ty Richter out of Florida, TJ McMurray from the great state of Indiana on row number 8. Row 9, all alone, will be Joseph Morales. Finishing up our 17-car grid here this evening. Little bit interesting. Field is ready to roll. We do not have Brandon Ishkanyan, Matt Wagner, or Joseph Morales on the grid. Green flag is out. We are underway. Standing start here for the ESRA Challenge Series. Big duel towards turn 1. It's going to be J.W. Miller. He'll have the preferred line into turn number 2. Kinder going to be right up onto the attenuator as they make their way off the corner. A little bit of duking and jiving back there right behind him. That's Alec Coates and A.J. Digby. The pit lane start may be the best way to do this. Kinder going to slide through the corner just a little bit. That will back the rest of the field up, allow J.W. Miller to make a little bit of a gap here. Everybody clean thus far through the first handful of corners. Trouble early on for T.J. McMurray. It looks like we may be getting, well, we'll say some assistance jumping into the booth here. We'll see if he's actually going to pop in here or not. But let's take a look here and slide back, see if we can see what the issue was for T.J. McMurray early on the start of this one. Get you the Hot Shoe Raceway instant replay. McMurray well at the back of the field. Oh, a little bit of an issue there. Gary Corley getting wide. McMurray just has to absolutely slam on the brakes. So back up at the front of the field. Going to be J.W. Miller leading over Sebastian Kinder by 0.6 of a second. A.J. Digby holding on to third. Christian Jasper, Alec Coates. Going to be the next battle out here on the racetrack. Let's slide a little bit further back, though. Show you this one here on the side-by-side. That's going to be Nick DeGroot, James Watson, Ty Richter, Covey Moore, all lined up nose to tail. Heck, we'll flip those boxes around. Show you the good battle here up on the big box. Oh, big hit into the wall. That was third place, Christian Jasper. Huge. I think, no, maybe not Jasper. No, that was A.J. Digby. Get you the instant replay here. Digby loops it around. Wow. Oh, we've got more going on here. That's the live shot on the left-hand side of the screen. Good Lord, that's Ty Richter spun around backwards. Cullen Johnston going to be right there. Jason Hand coming around those cars. Several cars going to be involved here. We've got big-time issues at multiple points on the racetrack. Get you another replay here and see what happened. Just a big off track, and then everybody starting to pile in. That was a mess. Oh, then more cars trying to get themselves spun back around. Oh, my goodness. This is getting ugly. Back at the head of the line. The battle's pretty darn good thus far right now. J.W. Miller holding off Sebastian Kinder. Christian Jasper now at the third. Alec Coates in fourth. Vic Aldrich in the fifth position. And these drivers do have a couple of backup cars available to them. Your top two making their way in the run down towards turn number 3. Sebastian Kinder going to hang out right there. Already 5 minutes into this one. 45 minutes, 35 seconds remaining on the clock here. Let's bring Matt Wagner into the booth with us here as a guest color commentator here tonight. Matt, you didn't want to partake in the festivities out here.
No, I think I'm actually pretty good. These guys have far way better talent than I do on the road course. The oval is more my forte, as you would say.
Yeah, I am not good at either one of them, but we've seen a little bit of carnage here thus far. Not really a surprise that we're seeing J.W. Miller and Sebastian Kinder get out to a pretty healthy lead, call it 3.5 seconds over Christian Jasper. This place really is about surviving, though. It is so easy to make a mistake. You hit the wrong bump, and it's just going to pitch you straight to the wall.
Yeah, if you guys watched the IndyCar race, what was a couple of weeks ago here at Belle Isle, it was so bumpy. You saw drivers make many mistakes and hitting the bumps and actually going to the tire barrier a few times. I'm sure we'll see that upcoming. Actually, we hope we don't. So,
yeah, we've already
I'm
seen
sorry.
it a little bit here. Let's pick up AJ Digby as he's trying to bring a very wounded race car back. And actually, Matt, I can show you my screen here as well so you can see what the heck we're showing the viewers, by the way. AJ Digby, he's got a handful trying to nurse that car back. Jason Hand, he was also crawling around here with a beat-up race car. We've got quite a few that have, quite frankly, not had a very good time thus far. Right now, Christian Jasper, the fastest man on the racetrack by almost a half second. New fastest lap of the race, 1:17.31.
Yeah, I know. I've raced with Christian here in the Lionheart Series. He's getting there in the ovals, but I've seen right here. I've seen him on the Road Series. He's actually very, very good, and I'd like to learn off him.
Yeah, he's quick. He tried to talk me through a lap here because, quite frankly, I hate this place. He tried to talk me through a lap, and it was just like, dude, you are so far over my head. Let's knock this down to a Formula V, and then we'll have a discussion, okay?
Yeah, I got you, buddy. That's more my speed around here, like the monsters.
Oh,
we got
battle for the lead. J.W. Miller's around.
Wow.
J.W. Miller having an issue on the racetrack. That will put Sebastian Kinder through to the lead, but there may have been some contact.
I think that might have been the bumps here, like what we talked about here. Yep, exactly.
Wow.
Just a tad will hit the curb.
Oh, yeah, Kinder did get into the wall.
Spinning. Wow.
Oh, man, we got to watch this replay again from Sebastian Kinder's point of view.
Oh, God. Oh, that was a brown stain moment. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that would pucker factor Zulu there big time for Sebastian Kinder. Now, he pancaked the wall, though. Does that do a ton of damage to the car? I guess it does, because we've got a new race leader, and it is Christian Jasper up into P number 1.
Yeah, that will definitely cave in his left front suspension there. That is definitely going to kill off his lap times here. The drivers do have an extra fast repair, so willing to see how far he's willing to go.
Yeah, you almost want to think, can I make it to the end of the stint? Because at that point, if you can make the end of the stint, you just take the fast repair as part of the normal pit cycle. The question becomes, though, are you going to lose too much time to your race leader?
I don't know actually the fuel numbers here specifically, but right now he's losing a heck of a ton of time. Oh, he just got in the wall. I think he might take it toward the pits and get this fast repair here.
Oh, man. Already getting spicy. Kinder looks like he will stay out on the racetrack at least for one more lap. Get you the ticker up here at the top of the screen so you can see where your favorite is. Christian Jasper leading by 1.6 seconds over Sebastian Kinder. Alec Coates now runs third, but already 6 seconds back of your race leader. Thus far, our color commentator tonight, Matt Wagner, and Joseph Morales, the only cars that qualified but did not start tonight's race. They will finish 16th and 17th, respectively. This really is just turning into an absolute battle of survival at this point.
Yeah, this racetrack, and I'll repeat it again, it's a pretty much of a battle of attrition here. The bumps here and a combination of all tires will definitely be a challenge for these drivers here.
Yeah, that's going to get hard. In fact, I only know of one driver that completed a full fuel stint during the practice session. We've still got about 8 to 10 laps left before we're going to see somebody come down pit road. What's going to be interesting there is that puts you to about 16 to 17 laps. My timing and scoring monitor is saying right about 31 to 32 laps to go. It's going to be tight on fuel. You are going to have to do at least a little bit of fuel saving here in this one.
Yeah, for these cars, even though this is a fixed setup, drivers don't have the option to change your fuel maps. In the R18, you can. DW12's iRacing will not allow you to make those changes. So these drivers are going to have to use their foot and the steering wheel to save a little bit of fuel here.
That's a great point. Ordinarily, you would just say, yeah, we'll just run it in map 2 or map 3 and we'll make up the lap that way. That's not an option that these guys have. It truly is managing the fuel with the right foot.
No, it's what I've learned in the Oval Series I partake with the DW12. I have that tendency of putting a little bit too much foot into it and don't save enough fuel. So I know that some of these drivers have a better fuel saving technique than I do.
Christian Jasper putting another car a lap down here. Jasper very quick thus far, and quite frankly, there is nobody that is anywhere close to each other. Oh, trouble on the racetrack for Vic Aldrich. Bring this one up, see what happened to Vic. Oh, big hit to the left front.
Yeah, just a combination of too much power and hitting that bumps there. Pretty much will send your car spinning there. There's like nobody just touching Christian Jasper right now. I'm just really curious of how long is Sebastian Kinder going to stay out with that damage?
You know what? It's an interesting call because I don't know. And let's see. We'll pick up let's flip the boxes here. We got your race leader on the right-hand side. Closest battle on the racetrack right now.
Alec Coates just went for a spin.
Coates goes for a spin, and he's going to trap Covey Moore right with him. So Alec Coates going to spin. Doesn't lose a position, though. Covey Moore going to catch right back up, though. James Watson going to be there as well. This is now a battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th.
This battle is shaken up a little bit. It's a little bit too much power out of the corner for Alec Coates there, trying to overtake that lap car, and it pretty much cost him there.
So now working lap 11. Should be down to about 6 or so laps until we see our first stops for fuel. And it's going to put us down to about 25 minutes or so. This is going to be right on the window of if somebody can make it a one-stop race. Now, if you're Christian Jasper, you're not in a terrible position here because you can sort of not only set your own fuel number. Ooh, nice save there, Christian. That was way loose on exit. Not only can you set your fuel number, but you also have enough of a gap back to second place Sebastian Kinder that you really can even save maybe a little bit more than what's necessary.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there, Chris. You cannot really take any more risks, not really just trying to stretch it out, lessen the stop up for your next pit stop, and don't jeopardize your car and don't put yourself in a bad situation that you want to wreck the car.
Slide back here. We'll pick up this battle one more time. Alec Coates, Covey Moore, and James Watson. Watson falling off just a little bit from Moore and Coates. That is the battle for the 4th position. And they are gaining on J.W. Miller here, too.
Yeah, I'm really quite surprised we're talking about James here. He really likes the loose setups here, and as the run goes on, and I'm a little bit surprised that he'd be more toward the front here.
You know what? I was a little bit surprised to see where he qualified as well, as we've got another pile up out on the racetrack. Let's take a look here. Jason Hand having an issue. He had an incident. Again, just a little bit too much throttle. Gets it right out by the wall, and let's see. I think TJ McMurray had an issue as well here.
Yeah, I feel you, Jason. I really do.
TJ being the gentleman, letting the race leaders come past. Brandonish Canyon also having an issue. Take a look and see what happened here for Brandon.
I'm glad I'm not out there, Chris.
You and me both, bud.
Oh, a little bit too much power on the exit of that corner there. You're going to heat up them rear tires as the run goes on. You put a lot of rear brake in this to start the run, and you want to roll your brake bias forward more as the run goes on after the rear tires get hot.
A lot to think about inside the car. Not only are there the in-cockpit adjustments that you have available, but there's also a little bit of push-to-pass here as well. That kind of becomes part of the mind game as well, of when do you utilize that and how.
There's not very many spots where you can use the push-to-pass, and the only thing I can really think is probably the turn one, and that's about it there.
Yeah, it's almost like you're using it. You can use it a little bit defensively if somebody gets a run on you, but it's not necessarily like you're going to be leaning on the button and alternating it back and forth at, a place like a Road America or something like that where both drivers are going to be hard on the button. Mm-hmm. This is more of a kind of as you see fit. It's just a little pop here and there.
Yeah, there's not, like I said, you look down the straight right here, and that's pretty much like, I think this is about the longest straightaway we got. And you got a few next set of corners, and you got that long back stretch. But those are probably your best options to use the button there.
So Covey Moore holding on over Alec Coates. And in fact, Coates falling back into the grip of James Watson just a little bit here anyway. Nick DeGroot running 4.3 seconds behind this battle. J.W. Miller in third, about 4.8 seconds ahead of this fight. Christian Jasper with an 11-second lead on Sebastian Kinder.
Yeah, he's making waves.
He gone.
No reason to put. Yeah, he's pretty much gone. I wouldn't stand a chance against Jasper. Christian, you got like more talent, like on your back of your hand. I do my two hands.
Ooh, a little bit of a bobble there for Coates. A little bit of smoke as well. Oh man, that was J.W. Miller. J.W. Miller coming into the pits. Let's pick him up as he will be the first of our cars to make a stop.
I believe he did have some damage earlier on. He kind of wanted to save his fast repair. So,
yeah, you can see the wings a little smashed up and crushed in there on the front left-hand corner.
Yep. Wow. I was gonna say, yep. You can see that car get automatically repaired. Yep.
Pulls out the backup car.
Yep. Now I'm now really curious to see what kind of lap times he can put down here.
Now, this does mean with 30 minutes left in this race, even if it was a full tank of fuel, J.W. Miller will very likely have to make another stop here because we're seeing about 23 to 24 laps remaining in this one.
Yeah, I think it was the right call in my opinion. He had a lot of damage there, and he was running really slow compared to Christian Jasper and all the leaders there. It's well worth it.
So continuing to follow this battle, and here comes James Watson into the pits as well. Follow Watson as he makes his way down the pit lane. Now he'll get down into his box here at lap number 16. Don't really see any damage on the car either.
These drivers do have a 14-gallon tank. I think this will be right around the pit window here. Probably about 15, 16 laps, somewhere around that vicinity.
Yep, that was the number that we saw, was 16 to 17 laps in the practice session, and that was kind of an absolute push limit. So definitely looks like it'll be a two-stopper. Looks like, just waiting for Christian Jasper to come around here. He will do another lap. He has gone 16 laps here.
Yeah, that's an absolute smart move. You got a huge lead. There's no need to, you're not going to waste any more time on the racetrack. Save a little bit more fuel. I probably might see him go out another time around, maybe about 17 laps.
Yeah, I was going to say, and at this point, we're at 28 and a half minutes to go. You've only got 2.5 minutes until you get to the halfway point. If you can make it another couple of laps, you could make this a one-stop race.
I was just curious to see what J.W. Miller's time when he was coming down to the pits compared to our leaders. Right now, he ran a 1:18.4. And our last time around, well, Christian's still running 1:18s. Yeah, that kind of tells you how the talent level of Christian. He's doing an absolute barn burner of a job.
Yes, 1:18.2 basically the lap time for Christian Jasper. 1:20.5 the last lap for Sebastian Kinder. Jasper, he's running away and hiding, and quite frankly, we're going to have a lot of cars a lap down at the end of this thing.
Yeah, and he's going to stay out another lap, which I think is the right call. And I think maybe we might see him come down pit road this time.
Man, I don't know. This is really going to be interesting to watch here. We'll get the clock there in the upper left-hand corner of the screen for you so you can follow along with where everybody is and what we think we're going to see.
And realistically, if he's going to have to stretch it one more lap, if he's going to do it, I pretty much do a one-stop race. But it's going to be cutting it close.
So we'll see here. Jasper just about to the end of the lap here. And yeah, he's going to stay out for another one. Oh, and
no,
Watson's
James
in the
Watson
wall.
just spun it. Wow. I really did not expect that one.
Tough break for James Watson. The car looks to be okay. Sebastian Kinder now making his way down the pit lane.
Luckily for James, pit stops are about to right in his window right here, so he'd be able to come down pit road.
Yeah, but we've already seen Watson make one stop.
Wow.
I don't think, but
Okay.
yeah. I don't know. That one gets a little bit ugly here. Sebastian Kinder making his way out of the pit lane. Nick DeGroot has come past, but DeGroot has yet to make his stop. 25 minutes, 25 seconds left to go. Sebastian Kinder just short of making this a one-stop race. Christian Jasper very much can make this a one-stop race at this point. And it looks like Nick DeGroot may be able to as well, but right now the gap from first to second, 30 seconds. There he comes, race leader down pit lane. No mistakes. Get the car woed down to the appropriate pit speed limit. Long service there for Christian Jasper, getting that car packed full of fuel. 8.5 seconds, the time of the stop for Jasper. Nick DeGroot now making his way down pit lane out of the second position. Let's take a look here and find Sebastian Kinder out on the race course. We'll go back to the side-by-side. This is the battle for second, and it will not be much of a battle at all. Sebastian Kinder passing Nick DeGroot about before DeGroot even gets to his pit box. Covey Moore, J.W. Miller also coming past, as is Alec Coates. However, there are questions of if they can make it the rest of the way on fuel here. And a long stop. This looks like it could be a penalty for Nick DeGroot. Either that or a repair, but 21.1 seconds. The time of the stop for Nick DeGroot. That is a race killer right there.
Wow. That's quite unusual for Nick. Usually Nick is pretty spot on about his pit stop, so there's something must have been going on. Either he's trying to save a fast repair and get this damage fixed is the only thing I can think of there, Chris.
Yeah, if you're used to only having one, it may be Nick forgetting that you have both fast repairs available. Ordinarily, you want to try to save the fast repair, but in this instance, go ahead and use it.
Yeah, I probably would have used it right there. He's only got one stop left. I'm not good. He's nothing to risk right now.
DeGroot still holding on to a top 5 position here. We're following along on the NRN drone with Covey Moore. J.W. Miller was right behind. Now he's running about 2 seconds back as they make their way down towards turn number 3. And this is by far the tightest battle on the racetrack right now.
Yeah, I've known Covey for a very long time. He's a very good road racer. That him and his teammate Nick DeGroot, part of that motorsports.com team. I wish I can learn from Covey, to quote unquote get better. So JW, he's very good at the road courses too. I'm sure this battle will start heating up here pretty soon.
And what you talk about learning from, and there's a lot of ways you can do that with real world racing. Is there anything to be gained by watching? Big hit in the wall for Moore.
Wow.
That was a big hit. That whole left side pod is junk. I guess you learn there that's what you don't want to do.
Yeah, a lot of times I have a bad habit of going to like the top split the races and go through session, just watch what they're doing. Instead of, I never had some really hands-on behind, the wheel. I've always learned off somebody who's fast, like a Brandon Trenio or, people like that. It's really, really tough.
Oh, Nick DeGroot on pit lane. DeGroot may have had an issue out on the racetrack and maybe a little bit fortuitous, electing to save the quick repair. The right side of that car, all sorts of banged up.
Yep, there you used it right there.
Takes the repair. He's down and away. Still 20 minutes left. A little bit of a connection issue there as well. Oh, and Sebastian Kinder's had an issue. Covey Moore's had another crash as well. The entire front end torn off of Sebastian Kinder's race car.
Yeah, Kinder's car is crab walking right now. So I really think he's going to come down here.
Yeah. He will definitely be in this time.
And now that puts J.W. Miller back in the second spot.
Yes, it does. We'll pick up J.W. here as he makes the run down towards turn 3.
And he's actually running faster lap times than our leader right now. I know he's a good about 20 seconds behind him, but Chris, we got no more than a half of the race to go, and anything can happen here.
Yeah, it's one of those deals that, I mean, look, we'll pick up Christian Jasper here on the side-by-side. The same as we've seen. I mean, J.W. Miller is talented. Sebastian Kinder is talented. Nick DeGroot is talented. It is so easy to make the mistake here. You really can't back down at all if you're Christian Jasper. It is so easy to get maybe the mental focus off a little bit when you're leading by 18, 20 seconds. And that's when the mistake happens, is when you lose focus.
Yeah, especially here at this track. And it's going to be tough for these guys, especially this car.
Take a look here. Let's go on board for a moment with your race leader.
Yeah, you definitely got to be smooth out of that corner right there. This is my trouble spot in practice right here. You take this corner too hard and you're going to end up right in the outside wall. And it's not one of my favorite racetracks, Chris, but yeah, it's just very tough for these drivers.
Yeah, I wrecked a lot of Corvette pace cars here in practice trying to get a handle on it.
Speaking of Corvette pace car crashes, we've already had one happen in the real, and that was they actually had to stop the parade lap because of that.
Yes, that was, and actually that's why I was trying to drive the Corvette around here as an homage to the president of General Motors wadding up a brand new Corvette here. But it truly goes to show, I mean, riding on board here with Christian, the hands just have to be so still. You're making these big steering movements, but at the same time, it has to be very fluid. You really can't be bouncing, letting the bounce from the road alter how you're holding that wheel.
Yeah, usually it's very tough. It depends on how high you have your force feedback on, and I have mine cranked like all the time. I do not care what track we're on, and for him to keep that steering wheel straight and be as smooth that he is, he's doing a very good job.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way when it comes to force feedback. I want to feel the wheel in my hands. I don't want to be able to like, oh, when he goes around! The race leader's around, keeps it off the wall. Maybe just a little bit of a kiss on the rear wing.
Ooh. That he should be just fine there. Now I'm interested to see what kind of lead did that cut down to. See how much where J.W. Miller is at compared to Christian Jasper right now.
J.W. Miller is down to 6 seconds and closing. Take a look here once again. See what happened to Christian Jasper out of turn 2.
Yep, just that big hump right out of that little turn right there. I've had to practice once again. I've had a little trouble in practice there myself, and you carry too much speed through there, you're gonna loop it.
The biggest key though is he didn't hit anything in the process.
That's amazing.
Almost a no harm, no foul spin.
But
that time he did though.
Again. Oh, that is really going to cost him a lot of time here. I think that left front suspension is damaged there, Chris.
Jasper electing to stay out on the racetrack. We'll see if it's going to be, really backs out of it at the exit at 2 that time.
The lead is now 5.2 seconds now, Chris.
5.2 and shrinking rapidly. Last lap time for Christian Jasper, 1 minute 28.7. That was because of the spin. Last lap for J.W. Miller, 1:17.7.
Wow.
He's not going to make up that much time every lap. But that's kind of what it kind of almost gives you some motivation if you're J.W. Miller here. You kind of know where, hey, this is getting close. Maybe I can get here.
And for me as a driver, it's a lot easier being a hunter than being the hunted. So if I was usually the hunted, God, I usually make a little bit too much more mistakes. But when you're a hunter, it's pretty much game on, and you're more timid to make less mistakes than trying to catch him.
Man, this race is starting to get good here down at the end. 13 minutes, 50 seconds to go, and J.W. Miller down pit lane.
I did not expect that.
Well, he only went 14 laps on the first stint. This was a 12-lap stint the second time. So J.W. Miller electing to come down pit road. It's an interesting strategy call here because he's going to be able to really push this last set of Firestones.
I'm just going to see because Christian stayed out for 17 laps. Am I correct there, Chris?
19, yeah.
19. Wow, I mean that's a lot. So I'm really curious why he pitted there. I'm just
Bicycle off the curb at turn 3. That'll make a fantastic picture post race. Yeah, it's kind of an interesting call here. It's almost like, do you try to save a bunch, go a little bit slower, and make it a one-stop race, or do you go as quick as you can possibly go and just know you're going to have to stop twice?
Yeah, right now, if I was Christian Jasper, just keep doing what you're doing and try and minimize the mistakes and hopefully the fuel lasts.
And I'll tell you what, the gap is at 31 seconds right now, but it is closing kind of in fits and starts here. Basically, as JW is making his rounds, as he hits a slower corner, that opens things up a little bit. Trouble on the racetrack for James Watson. Let's take a look here and see what happened on the Hot Shoe Raceware instant replay. Yeah, kind of the same spot. We've seen several drivers have issues here tonight.
Oh, a little bit closer for the Covey Moore there.
Ooh. That is going to put Covey Moore up to the 4th position. However, the gap's sitting at about 6.5, call it 7 seconds to this guy, Sebastian Kinder, running in the 3rd position. Actually, the gap from Moore to Kinder is 13 seconds. It's about 6.6 seconds right now between Kinder and J.W. Miller. That'll be the fight for the 2nd spot on the podium. And really, as we're down inside of 11 minutes to go here, just an impressive drive from Christian Jasper. We'll call it almost perfect at this point. He had the spin, but he didn't touch anything.
Yeah.
This kind of drive is really difficult to do at a place like Detroit. It's tight, it's narrow, the bumps will get you out, and just, quite frankly, at random, it seems like. It really is tough to put a great race together. Complete A to Z race here at Detroit.
Yeah, like I said, this track is very tough. It's just like Dover. You spin here or crash here, you're going to hit the wall. It's just, like I said, same here as Dover. You spin there, you're automatically going to hit the wall. I remember, what was it, about 10, 15 years ago, maybe Jimmy Johnson spun and never hit the wall. That's what Christian Jasper just done. Very, very lucky for Christian there not to hit the wall.
Yeah, The drive has been impressive, that is for sure. Down to about 8 laps remaining here in this one. Seeing James Watson just ahead, and Watson currently running in the 6th position. So we could be down to only 5 cars remaining on the lead lap. Let's run you back through the field here. Christian Jasper up 4 from where he started this race tonight. It's been a fantastic run outside of that little spin outside of turn number 2. Basically how the guy from Chevrolet wadded up the Corvette. That's exactly what Sebastian Kinder did. He just didn't hit anything. J.W. Miller running in the 2nd position, qualified on the pole, currently occupying the 2nd step on the podium. He's had contact and had to take a backup car out. Same story for this guy running 3rd, Sebastian Kinder. Down 1 spot, same as J.W. Miller. Having to use a backup car as well, but thus far, not a terrible night for Sebastian Kinder. Currently running in the 4th place is Covey Moore. More easily your hard charger of the night, up 9 positions from where he qualified for this race.
Good job.
Oh, and as soon as we start talking about him, he wads it up. Huge wreck for Covey Moore.
No.
And he has to take the tow. Show you this one on the replay. That was a wild incident for Covey Moore.
Wow.
Take a look here. We'll go on the cockpit view and show you that one again.
Oh, yeah. A little bit too much throttle coming at that turn, hitting that damn apex there, but rumble strip there. It'll send your car spinning, especially with worn tires. That's not a good feeling.
No, it is not. And picking back up with our race leader here, at least for the moment anyway, we are down now to 5 cars on the lead lap, with Moore having to take the tow back into the pit area. We'll pick up 4th place running Nick DeGroot on maybe a little bit of an alternate strategy. Similar strategy to what the race leader's on, but a pretty big incident. Tore about the whole right-hand side of the car off. Forced Nick DeGroot down pit lane. So he's on slightly fresher tires than the race leader, but J.W. Miller, Sebastian Kinder both on significantly fresher rubber. So going to be a nice job here by DeGroot just to hold on to that 4th place finish. Currently 5th is James Watson. He's had a couple of incidents here tonight. Off the pace from where we figured he would be in qualifying, but good race pace. Up 6 positions, and he will be the final car on the lead lap. First car 1 lap down, and one of the last cars remaining on the racetrack is Vic Aldrich. He is currently 1 lap down, running in the 6th position. Vic up 1 from where he started the race tonight. 7th place running Covey Moore is on pit lane. Let's give a call here to 8th place running Gary Corley. He's up 6 from where he started the night. It has been a bit of an adventure. We have seen his name pop up a couple of times as having had incidents, but thus far, not a terrible run. Corley went 18 laps on the first stint. And having a pretty good run here, keeping that car going inside the top 10.
I know Gary for quite a bit. Real nice guy. He actually used to run some of these cars back then, but not IndyCar. But I think it was the Light Series, but what he told me. No, the Atlantic Series. I'm sorry. I got it right this time. Sorry, Gary. I didn't mean to sham you. But, yeah, it's really tough compared to those cars and these cars. I'm really noticing Christian Jasper is really backing it down here. He's not really pushing the car hard. He's on ultra extreme mode saving here.
Take a look. The gap is sitting right at 18.2 seconds. But J.W. Miller is closing pretty quickly here. Man, another driver, as soon as we start talking nicely about him, Vic Aldrich having an issue out here on the racetrack. Just has to grab the brakes big time to avoid overshooting the corner. That allows J.W. Miller to come past. Nice job keeping the thing out of the wall, though. Three and a half. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, go ahead. We might see the white flag here. I'm not really 100% on that one. If he does have to do another lap, that's probably really going to hurt him.
Yeah, the gap is down to 16 seconds, and Christian Jasper has way backed off the throttle here. I think we're going to get one more lap in with 3 minutes and 10 seconds on the clock as Christian Jasper crossed the start-finish line that time by. We'll see the white flag next time by, however.
Now, how many laps would that be on him on his stint?
That would be
I think that actually might
total.
be a little bit further.
Yeah, actually, it'll be 1 lap shorter. It'll be a 19-lap stint and an 18-lap stint. If things hold out the way that, the way we think they will anyway.
This may come close. I'm not exactly 100%, but he's really back down the pace here.
And quite frankly, no real incentive for Christian Jasper to push this whatsoever. The lead's still at 14 and change. Oh, buddy!
A little bobble there. Oh, but he's fine.
Man alive, he just wants this race over. And I tell you what, coming across the start-finish line, he will not get the white flag here. He's going to have to go another 2 laps.
Where's J.W. Miller?
J.W. is 13 seconds behind, and actually the gap is sitting pretty steadily at about 13.2. But I don't think Christian wants to back this thing down 10 seconds to try to make the lap time.
Yeah. I'm quite curious. What is Christian Jasper's fuel tank look like? How close is he on fuel?
This is the 17th lap of the stint. We'll see if he's going to have to do another lap. It's going to be close. The lead now down to 11 seconds. .33 left on the clock. This will be the white flag lap. 1 to go for Christian Jasper around the streets of Detroit. The lead at now 10.4 seconds in closing. Jasper made the first stint go 19 laps. He'll have to do it again if he's going to pick up the victory here tonight. You wonder just how close he is on fuel here late in this race. Time is up. This is the final lap for Christian Jasper. The gap down to 9.6 seconds.
I just really think JW is going to run out of time here.
Yeah, if this race had to go another lap, it is a completely different story. But as it stands right now, twin checkers will go in the air, and Christian Jasper gets the win in Detroit. Fantastic run for one of our Pizza at the Pagoda IndyCar podcast co-hosts. Great drive there. J.W. Miller comes across the line. He will claim second. Sebastian Kinder, if he can navigate the last couple of corners, he will come home in the third position. Good run for Kinder there as well. In fourth place will be Nick DeGroot. Only 4 cars remaining on the lead lap at the end of this one.
Yeah, what a victory by Christian Jasper. He managed his fuel well, managed his stints well, saved the tires as well as he needed. Pretty much almost a flawless race, but great job by Christian Jasper there.
Yeah, that was a very impressive drive as Nick DeGroot comes across the line to finish his run. And we will pick up our race winner tonight, Christian Jasper. Good Lord, man. That was impressive. Took the lead after J.W. Miller made contact with the wall. Sebastian Kinder bounced it off the wall as well, trying to avoid the spinning car of Miller. And it was basically on cruise control from there on out for Christian Jasper. Very impressive drive here for Pilot 44. And to the victor go the spoils. And if you have enough fuel in the car, the opportunity to make some donuts as well.
I don't think he's got enough fuel to do that.
We'll see. I'll tell you what, it's a great shot of the race car, though. Let's get our victory lane interviews ready to go here, because so much to talk about here with our drivers this evening.
Oh, he does enough fuel to burn that thing down.
So as our race winner does the victory burnouts, and we'll show you the race results here. Christian Jasper getting the win over J.W. Miller and Sebastian Kinder. Nick DeGroot, as we mentioned, the last car on the lead lap. James Watson finishing 5th, 1 lap down. Vic Aldrich going to come home 6th. Gary Corley 7th. Alec Coates 8th. TJ McMurray 9th. And Covey Moore rounds out the top 10. Jason Hand, Brandon Ishkanyan, Ty Richter, A.J. Digby, and Cullen Johnston back to the 15th position. 16th tonight goes to, well, I guess sort of Matt Wagner. Joseph Morales, 17th. Both of those cars did not start for tonight's race. And let's bring our race winner into the booth with us. And, man, this is so cool. I am so pumped to get to talk to you here on a victory lane interview for Christian Jasper. And, man, outside of the one little spin, that was about as flawless as you could have been tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you. That was not easy. Detroit. I love this track. It is so unforgiving, but when you get it right, damn, does it feel good.
You know what? You might be the first human alive to say that they love the streets of Belle Isle.
Oh, you got to be kidding me, right there, Christian?
I love it.
But
I absolutely love this track.
You know what? Like you mentioned, it is an incredibly unique challenge to... At one point in the pre-race, we were discussing whether the track had character or whether it was a caricature of a racetrack. But the bumps and the ups and downs and undulations and the crowns in the road and everything else, that really makes this tough. I mean, we can see your car porpoising through the corners.
Yeah.
That's not easy to manage.
It's really not, especially with just the crest in the road because of how they build city streets for drainage. It's so difficult to get some of the higher speed corners right because you really have to learn kind of where the smoother part of the track is. Like, it's for any city course that I've ever driven on and I've ever heard of anyone driving on, it's always about respecting the bumps. Otherwise, they will make you respect them. It's just nuts. It's nuts. That's kind of why I like it. It's always crazy.
Well, I'll tell you what, bud. It was a fantastic drive tonight. Tell us about when you had your one incident of the night. You spun the car and managed to not hit anything. Matt brought up Jimmy Johnson at Dover doing the impossible. I didn't think it was possible to spin here and not hit something. What was going through your head there?
That's it. That is it. That is the only thing that went through my head. I just had to get my head back down, and I was looking at that relative so hard. I was like, okay, I didn't hit anything. I'm good. Let's get back to it. Just maintain this gap and keep it going. When I saw, I think it was JW who was behind me at the time. When I saw him go to the pit, I was like, oh my God. Okay, let's get back to trying to make this one stopper work. There was nothing going through my head after that point. I was like, okay, this has got to be it.
Then how tight were you on fuel there late in that race? If you were concerned about making the one stopper work,
I crossed the checkered flag with 2.5 liters left.
Close enough. Good enough for government work. We'll say it that way.
Oh yeah.
Man, well, I tell you what, brother, fantastic drive. Thank you so much for putting on a hell of a show tonight. And before we let you go, get all those sponsor plugs and thank yous out there.
All right, absolutely. Well, first and foremost, title sponsor, thank you to Roch's Way Bakery. It's my roommate's bakery. If y'all happen to be in Nashville when the race is here, hit me up. He can really cook you up some good pies. I'm telling you, blueberry pie, amazing. Huge thank you to Destino Motorsports for bringing me on board to their team. Really glad to be able to fly y'all's colors tonight. Thank you to ESRA for putting on the series. Thank you to you guys for putting on a fantastic show as always. And thank you to Dakota DeMade of Sunset Arctic Games and Sunset Arctic Graphics, if I can get that out, for doing the colors on my car. He's always got top-notch work going. Really glad to glad to rep everyone in a good light here. It's really cool to be able to do.
All right, bud. Well, thank you. You say, hold on one second.
I'm sorry before I let you go, Christian. I heard you say you live in Nashville. I live in Knoxville.
Okay, then we got Christian back here. Go ahead.
Hey, before you go, send me some pie because I live in Knoxville.
All right. Hit me up on Discord. I can get you.
I will.
Well, yeah. What kind of pie you want, bro? He can do anything. He can do anything, and it will blow your mind. Swear to God.
Blueberry.
Say less.
Blueberry.
Say less. I got you.
You guys are absolutely killing me over here. I am absolutely starving at the moment. Slice of blueberry pie sounds so fantastic right now. All right, Christian, thank you so much for checking in with us here. Let's bring in our runner-up, J.W. Miller. Man, you had an eventful night here as well. A little bit of contact here and there, and ultimately going a little bit alternate strategy from what we saw the race winner do. You were really putting in some quick laps and closing down the gap. Was there anything differently that you could have done to catch Christian tonight?
Well, I think that we definitely would have had a better shot at the one stop if we wouldn't have gotten that meatball there coming out of the final corner. But luckily, it was right there next to the pits, so we were still able to come away with a second. But there was no way that I tried saving fuel, and there's just no way that I was going to be able to save 5 laps to be able to continue on from like lap 14. So. Yeah.
Tell us about the incident where you made contact with the wall. Ultimately, it caught Sebastian Kinder out as well in trying to avoid you. Just a matter of little too much throttle too soon, or what was going on there?
Yeah, we were definitely feeling the heat from him. He was doing a great job of keeping up with us, and just a little too much heat. And then the second time, that was just good old iRacing hot tires after a spin, and then we put it in the wall. So that was kind of a good indication of our night tonight. But this car is a big challenge, especially with the default high downforce. You know, the springs are really strong, and the dampers aren't great for a street course. So yeah, it was very difficult tonight. But yeah, congrats to Christian.
I'll tell you what, bud. Heck of a drive tonight. Congratulations on picking up the runner-up finish here in the ESRA Challenge Series. And before we let you go, get all those sponsor plugs and thank yous in.
Yeah, thanks as always to Team Watson Racing Setups. I believe you can get them at what was it? I don't even remember the app anymore. But a Race Lab
Labs.
app.
Race
Yeah,
Lab.
Race Labs. And then obviously, thank you guys for doing the broadcast each and every week, and thanks to everybody over at the ESRA team for putting it on each week.
All right, bud. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate you checking in with us here. And let's bring in our French buddy, Sebastian Kinder. He had an interesting night as well. Started up front. JW had his issue. You bounced it off the wall. Kept the thing going, though, which was impressive. All in all, tell us about the night, man. It was crazy out there.
Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down.
I know the feeling there, buddy. I know the feeling.
It's funny that you say it that way because it immediately reminds me of Summer of Highland Falls by Billy Joel. The one hand playing the ups and downs and the other hand just playing manic. That's kind of what Detroit is like. It has its ups, it has its downs, and then when it's crazy, it is absolutely bonkers.
Yeah. The opening, I feel that's supposed to be very enjoyable for the broadcast because me and JW were not like leaving each other at 10th, and it was so amazing. And then he spun, I lost focus, car stepped out, hit the wall, and I'm left to a decision like, what do I do? Do I pit? And maybe I probably should have pit because I would have ended up to stop anyway. But I decided to kept it with a bent steering. That means it turned right pretty good, but turned left pretty bad. and then in the second sit, it's not the second sit, and I just was way over my head. Probably too careless after all those laps with a damaged car, and it left to me wrecking a second time. And then I actually had the good reflex of checking the tires, so having a quick stop, not a lot of fuel, and I exited third, and then after that, no mistake. But man, I'm drenched. I'm no more energy left.
This truck is definitely a workout there, buddy. Yeah, you'll do fine.
Man, well, I'll tell you what, Seb, fantastic show tonight. We appreciate you hanging out with us here. And before we let you go, get those sponsor plugs and thank yous in.
Yeah, of course. Like I'm actually quite shocked to see Matt Wagner in there. Like you were co-commentating there, buddy?
I usually do this on Sundays with my buddy Gael.
Well, like thank you, Chris, for broadcasting the ESRA IndyCar series and also for sponsoring Team Watson Racing. Those guys are amazing, and like with Dan, with Dan, went through a very tough chapter of my life. Going to a place where going to a degree, finishing a degree that I just didn't like, I just didn't want to do it, and then thanks to these guys, I managed to spend a year rebuilding myself, and today I received the confirmation that actually I passed my first year of my new degree, so that's amazing, and thanks to these guys. So thanks to them, their partners, MTWR, Martin Sports, and of course check our setups at teamwatsonracing.com, and also shout out to my sister.
All right, there you go, buddy. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Absolutely awesome stuff here, man. The sim racing community is very cool. There's a lot of toxicity, there's a lot of garbage that goes on, but ultimately a bunch of dudes and ladies that really give a damn about each other, and very cool to hear that stuff. And I'll tell you what, Matt, this one was fun.
Yes, it was. I was pretty happy to join in the booth with you here. I know it's a little bit okay here on my side of things. It's a little bit hot in the house, but it sure was really hot on the racetrack here tonight. It, it, it was a battle of attrition here. These guys, oh man, the car track combo, it made it super tough. And I'm kind of glad I was here with you here tonight.
Yes, glad I was not in the booth, or not in the car, I should say. I'm up here in the booth. But, man, I'll tell you what, we got to get out of here pretty quick because we've got the Indy Pro 2000 Championship coming up next. That will be round 1 of 2022 Season 3. We're at the midpoint of the year and somehow already starting Season 3. It's insane. But with that, yeah, time for us to get the heck on out of here. For Matt Wagner and everybody here at the National Racing Network that makes these broadcasts happen, my name is Chris Graham. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We will talk to you all soon. Have a good night, everybody.